Hey guys, it's Skybird here, and coming at you with another Rahi Mondays. This week we're going to be featuring the Tambora Deer, which is a relatively recent Rahi of mine, and I've designed it so it can accommodate one of my custom Matoran. If you guys would like to figure out the build on that, I do have a video of it on my channel, and I will try and link it in the description below. But yeah, let's get right into this. So the character I have riding on it right now is Akoto, and he is going to play an important role in something coming up, which I will be talking more about at the end of the video. But let me go ahead and pull him off here very quickly, and just take the leg off. Probably going to pull the whole thing out. No, did good. Yeah, so, mainly what you'll see here is a deer build that is based around the Mata foot and a little bit of an interesting connection that I kind of figured out. So, I have a lot of people ask me how I come up with certain builds and things, and sometimes it's interactions that I really like, and this is a perfect example of that. So, I already knew that the foot piece on the underside, you can actually connect a ball to that opening there. It's just wide enough. It's wider than normal, and I like that. But it has a frictionless connection. Well, anyway, I connected this, Pohatu style limb to it, and if you run an axle directly through the top of it, it actually kind of locks it in place. It can still move with friction now, but it's not going to go any further down because of the way it's shaped. So it gives you just that little bit of side to side motion in the neck, and it gives you that full attachment point for the actual head, which I'm very happy with. Aside from that, you will see that I have actually moved the legs back just a little bit. Basically, I swapped the two axles here, and that was just so that I could accommodate the Matoran. I actually like it with the legs a little bit further forward. So just taking that axle out, putting it here, taking this axle out there, and move the legs to it. Simple enough. But yeah, one of the other things that I decided to do because I wasn't certain how I wanted to connect the end of the body was I ended up deciding on these flexible hoses here, and I actually really like the way they came out because I gave them frictionless pins in there, and it gives it a little bit of a swivel. There's just a little stopper basically inside there that makes sure it can't go too far. But I like it. It's just, I don't know, it's a neat little thing that gives it a little bit extra life and stuff. And I really quite adore that. So I continued that frictionless bit back here to the tail so that the tail can kind of move around when it moves as well. So when you move the torso or whatever, the tail moves with it. I just thought it was kind of cute. It's nothing, important, and it's definitely not a function that needs to be there. But yeah, it's just something to give it a little bit of extra life, and I'm very happy with how that came out so far. The actual design of this deer came from me playing around with some pieces in the head, specifically this Robo Rider style headpiece. And I saw the way that interacted with the 2003 style Matoran torso, and it just creates this really nice looking organic kind of feel to it. Or maybe not organic, but it looks natural in the way that it's shaped here. And so I really like the way that came out, so I built around that and made the whole head. Gave it a little bit of a mouth, I guess you could say, here, or bottom jaw here. And interestingly, too, is the shape of this upper connection here, because it's oblong, means that the antler pieces actually collide with it and just kind of keep it at that angle, which I quite like. That said, you can have them at this kind of steep angle, or you can lay them flat like this, and both of those I think look just fine. You can also, of course, use different kinds of hook pieces or claw pieces. The Borak teeth, for example, to make different styles of antlers as well. So there's a lot of variation you can do with this build. So I'm very happy with it overall. Chose the Rao just because of the nice kind of smooth aesthetic that it gave off, and kind of keeping my color blocking with tan at the top and brown at the bottom. Not something I had really planned, but that's the way it came across, and I'm quite happy with how it looks overall. So that is basically it on this one. As I've said, haven't created a digital version of it yet, so it has not made it on Discord, but I will be adding it as well as 5 or so other Rahi to Discord very soon. And of course, that will also be linked in the description. So if you want to just get a face full of 100 and some odd Rahi, well, there you go. Yeah, aside from that, let me go ahead and bring Akoto back into frame here for a second, because as I mentioned before, he's actually going to be playing an important role in a project that I am doing currently, as well as Teruri and another Matoran I don't have next to me. And so what this is basically I'm going to be making a Rahi Beasts style book featuring 30 of my Rahi, give or take. And the idea is that I'm going to be taking pictures of each of these Rahi in like natural scenes, so somewhere outside. Try and get some really good pictures of them, as well as pictures of different Matoran, just kind of interacting as well. Because it's going to be a book featuring 30 of my Rahi, where they're from, things like that, talking about them and their habits and things. But it's also going to be a book about my characters in general. I just give you a little bit of extra, talking points every once in a while. I think what I mean by that is with the Rahi Beast book, when you read the book, there's little excerpts every once in a while in the book from different characters. That's kind of something I'd like to recreate here, just to give it a little extra life to the story. Um, pardon me. That said, so you will be seeing a few of these guys in the book as well as other characters that you're more familiar with, Turaga and things like that. And I'm not going to try and give away too much more of it for now, but that's basically it for these guys here. So, of course, if you want to be kept up to date, if you want to keep up to date, there you go, on all of this information, I will leave my links to my Discord and my Instagram in the description below. Those are the easiest places to get a hold of me. And of course, follow along with all the progress and things I've made, whether they be on Generation 1 style of characters and Rahi and things, or later on Generation 1, Generation 2 stuff as well. I do it all. So I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care.